love Oldsmobiles from 49 to 60. I'm just crazy about them. And in those years, the best looking one is a 56. I just love 56 Olds. I like them better than 56 anything out there. This thing is gorgeous. I've had a 56 in my past. I had a 54 and a 52, all great cars. This in your collection, to my eyes and my taste, is the top of the heap. This is the good one.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell us about this one.
Well, my dad, here again, I always talk about my dad, but he sold Oldsmobiles brand new in 1956. And my family, my uncle drag raced Oldsmobiles back then. So I kind of come from an Oldsmobile background. And when my dad had his brand new 56, I used to go out and sit in it, you know, with the great big steering wheel and the chrome on the headliner and the dash. And I just thought it was so cool. I just always remembered it. Well, I had a chance to buy this car. It was all restored, totally original when I got it. In fact, I'm told I'm the fourth owner of it, but I can't really document that. But it was, and I wanted to make it custom. I wanted to fill in the hood and take the door handles off and deck it and, you know, the tuck and roll and everything. But the body was so nice and the paint was so nice, I just couldn't bring myself to start welding up holes. So I did as much as I could do to it to have a custom theme without actually changing the car.
And you have your dummy spots on there,
yeah,
and your little gizmo to look at the changing traffic lights. And side pipes, that's probably the most, I mean, the whole car is striking, but the side pipes, there's a real touch from the 50s, 60s.
It took me a while to decide to put those on, but when I did, I was glad I did. And then the tuck and roll interior is totally 50s. A friend of mine that does my upholstery work did that for me when right after I got the car. And the inside of it was really nice to start with, but it was all stock, so. We took all that and put the tuck and roll in it.
Wheels, the wire wheels, are those Kelsey Hayes or what do you got?
Those are 53 Cadillac Eldorado.
Oh, really?
They're the reproduction Eldorado
okay.
wheels. And I had the Caddy centers in them for a while, and then I thought, well, so I put the bullets in. Here again, more of a custom thing, I think. But.
In 56, the top of the Olds pecking order was the 98. This is an 88. To my eyes, the 98s were too long. The back end was too long on them. The 88s were the ones to look at. What do you think?
Well, yeah, the 98, the trunk, the portion between the back window and the end of the trunk's about 6-8 inches longer. The Super 88 had the wide chrome here, a little more chrome on the inside. I like the shorter version. It's more reminiscent of the Chevy body, I think, than the big long ones like the 98s were.
Yeah, the roof definitely has the general GM look to it.
Yeah.
They, you know, 56, they're gorgeous. 57, they're gorgeous. 58, they started looking like an aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
My apologies to all of you with 58 Oldses out there. But they went from being, you know, what happened in that period of time? Most of General Motors products started getting a little bit weird in 58. I love 58 Chevs, but
they just went too much, tried to put too much goop on them, I think. My favorite Olds actually is the 57. I think those are so cool. But this, you know, this one was available and it was a nice car and I like it. But yeah, you're right, after 58 things started downhill there for the big cars.
Yeah, for a little while there. In their day, they weren't the fastest car that GM was putting out, but they weren't slow either. What's the power plant on this?
This car's got a 324 cubic inch V8 in it with the 4-barrel. It's called a Rocket 88. Olds came out with their overhead valves in 1949, and they were supposed to be fast. And when my dad had his new one, he used to tell me how fast it is. Believe me, when you drive this car, I'm sure you'll agree that you've driven a lot faster stuff than this.
And the Olds motors, if you have a traditional hot rod or a rat rod or whatever, I think there's nothing prettier than an Olds motor sitting in them.
That's true, and because they came out in 49 and Chevy didn't come out with a V8 till 55, they had a pretty good head start. So the guys building hot rods, Olds motor was a motor of choice then.
And those early Oldsmobiles looked like tricked out Chevrolets, so you got your Chev with a V8 in it.
And speed equipment was available for them then, so it just worked out.